And I don't love this trade for the Mavericks. I don't really understand the fit of Dinwiddie with Luka.
I feel like he could have gone more or better elsewhere, I would assume.
Because they moved on from Montrezl Harrell, that freed up space to where the Mavericks traded the Wizards Kristaps Porzingis for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. I like the trade for the Wizards just because you get a guy who has a pretty high potential. And honestly, I live with a Mavericks fan. He was kind of upset because he felt like this was Porzingis' best year, and he was finally playing really well with the team. And then they finally got rid of him. So he was like, the 1 year we kind of want to keep him, they get rid of him. And I don't love this trade for the Mavericks because I don't really understand the fit of Dinwiddie with Luka. We've seen, like, in the past when they had Dennis Smith Jr., right? And Dennis Smith Jr. was a promising prospect at the time. Right when they got Luka, they got rid of him because they wanted Luka to have the ball more and be the point guard. Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is the same issue. So I don't know how he fits alongside Luka as your number 2 option. Bertans is great because now you get a shooting big that Luka can just pick and pop with.
Although he has struggled this year too, so like that's once again a question. Like really, like there's one thing that he's good at, which is shooting.
Yeah,
hasn't been great at it this year.
He's a terrible defender, so you know that is a tough fit. But like I said, I like the trade for the Wizards because also I think that Porzingis is a better fit, assuming Bradley Beal is to stay long term. You can build around those two as your building blocks because Bradley Beal's never really had a talented big man next to him. It's always been guards with John Wall, Dinwiddie,
Russell Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook. So you can see him maybe have like a true pick and roll partner, pick and pop partner with Porzingis. But now I feel like Luka's in the same situation as Beal was, to where it's a weird fit with Dinwiddie. So I don't really love that for the Mavericks.
Yeah, especially when I saw that one, I was like. And you mentioned Harold to the Hornets. I was like, did the Hornets like not know? Like maybe the Hornets should have made a call. Like man, like I'm sure the Hornets would have loved to get Porzingis over Harold. Now that would be a scary combo. But I mean, it's the points you mentioned were exactly what I thought. I was like, Porzingis having like a best year as a Mav. I'm not. Yeah. And I thought back to the off season. When apparently there was like right after they lost in the playoffs, there's all the reports that him and Luka weren't getting along, and such like that. So I'm guessing maybe they just finally found a trade that they were comfortable with. But once again, like you said, I mean, Jalen Brunson's having a good year, and I've heard some people say this is Jalen Brunson insurance because he's having a good year and he may have priced himself out of Dallas. But once again, like you mentioned, Dinwiddie's more of needs the ball in his hands. Jalen Brunson's a guy that can play without, an off-ball kind of guy. So he's the better fit. And I don't know. I think we're on the same wavelength where I feel like he could have gone more or better elsewhere. I would assume, maybe not, but Dinwiddie and Bertans, and mainly just Dinwiddie at this point because no offense to Bertans, but just has been great. That was definitely a head scratcher.